Hi, I want to talk to you today about getting the most out of your online discussions. So sometimes professors require you to communicate with each other in a discussion board about a set topic. And I think this is an assignment that's very easy to sort of breeze through or not spend a lot of time with. And I want to encourage you to use the discussions to really learn. And I want to give you some tips for how to get the most out of online discussions. The first thing I want to point out is that online discussions give you a place to develop and process your thoughts. Okay, so it might be a place where you can think through an assignment more, or a reading that you've done, or some kind of idea that you've had. Actually, physically, typing or writing it out really helps to solidify your idea and help you think it through a little bit further. You also push yourself to deepen your analysis and add specifics. So it's sort of easy to answer the question maybe in a sentence or two, but because of the word limit, I'm asking you all to develop your ideas further. So use this as a place to, add specifics, think of stories or examples that connect to it, and deepen your thought process. See if you can push yourself a little bit further with critical thinking. And just that practice alone of weekly doing some critical thinking is going to help you in the long run with all kinds of assignments in college. Another thing that you can do is find a way to personally connect to the topic. Think about how it relates to your life, your experience, your observations. And lastly, you have a chance to ask your peers any questions that are on your mind. Maybe some people have the same question, and maybe some others have some answers. So really use this as a place to think through your ideas more deeply. Also, it's a great chance to practice your writing skills, and I think we don't realize this. It's a great place if you're learning about sentence variety and length, for instance. Take this small post that you're doing. It's not a full essay, it's just a discussion post, and look at your sentence variety. Look at the ways that you begin your sentences. Think about your editing. Read through it out loud. Practice picking up on errors like comma skills or run-on sentences. Work on eliminating wordiness, make things clearer, make your nouns and verbs stronger. This is a place to really experiment with your voice and finding who you are as a writer, so you can take risks here with creativity and style to try to figure out who you are as a writer and the way that you want to write. It's also a great place to connect with your peers. So it's really important to read and respond to other people's posts. One thing, it opens your mind to others' perspectives. I may ask one question and we might get 23 different answers, and that's fascinating to me. You can also get ideas from your peers for your own assignments and work. You can share your expertise. They might have questions that you can answer. So that would be great, that we can kind of share the things that we're strong at with each other so that we can build on each other's learning. Connect and build community. A lot of times you're taking an online class or a hybrid class, and maybe you feel disconnected from your teacher or disconnected from your peers, and this is a great way to connect. I feel like sometimes my online classes build even more community than face-to-face classes because of the depth at which they approach the discussion board. And lastly, for this page, make sure you read what the professor writes. That's really important. I use the discussion board as a way to teach. When I'm not with you physically in a classroom, I have to use every place that I can to give you some feedback, give you some tips and suggestions, and I use the discussion board to do this a lot of the time. The last thing I want to say is check in multiple times each week. People have different schedules and they post at different times. It also helps to read, instead of having to read everyone's comments for the whole week on Thursday or Sunday, read all the posts in short bursts. So log in maybe 3 or 4 times a week and read what people have posted. You'll see that there's a little dot that appears in Canvas if it's a new post, so you can sort of scroll down and see the things you haven't read already. If you do this, if you read everything, you'll have the chance to pick up on all the help your professor and peers offer. And you can also check back to see if anyone has answered your question. So make sure that you're using the discussion board the most that you can, and you are using these tips to get the most out of your experience.